Okay, we're going to do an opening here on the Anova Sous Vide cooker. It's packaging, pretty simple. Pull this off. Nice. Okay, in the packaging we have a blank space, I assume eventually a manual. We have a thing hooked up to the side of the pot, and we have the cooker itself. The controller's top. Okay, got it open again. We've got a top with display, cord, metal container, like something silicone on the plastic on the bottom. Do that, and put that back on. This comes off, I suppose, for cleaning, like that. The impeller, agitator, the heater, I guess that's the heater temperature, and this is water temperature on that side. Looks pretty simple and pretty well built for that. So let's see how this goes back together. Oops. Like that and like that. Suppose those line up. Okay, good. This holder should go on there because this cranks down to hold it in place. Looks pretty straightforward, and that clamps it to the side. One thing I will mention, as I took this off the first time and then put it back on again, we did have some bits of plastic that came out and broke. I don't know what that is or where it is, if it was just flash or something else. I don't see where it came from, but move that off to the side. Okay, now we're going to actually make something, so let's go ahead and slip the collar on. We're going to do eggs first. So let's slip the collar on. You know, we're not going to tighten it yet. Get us a pot. It's a little small, but that's fine. We're going to put this on, I guess rest it on the bottom. So there, and then we will tighten this clamp until we get it, you know, moderately tight, I suppose. This pot's a little shallow, so but that's fine, I guess. Do that, and then we'll tighten this down just a bit. Since I'll keep this, we'll go ahead and peel that off. I usually don't do it until years later. Okay, the eggs here tells us hard cooked in shell 160 for an hour. Given that's exactly the same at a lower temperature of soft cooked in shell for an hour, don't know, but we'll give it a shot. So we're doing this. Okay. Speed things up a little bit. Okay, it's about 132, so we'll go with that. All right, plug in. Get it fired up. It comes on. I suppose that's on. No, that's on. Okay, this particular one did not come with any instructions, so we'll see what we can do. All right, that's 132. This is probably in Celsius, which would be my guess. So This one shows 54, that one shows 58. Since I can't really guarantee that this little thermocouple is correct per se, 45, it'll live. So what we'll do is, let's see, set the temperature. I guess so we'll go down. Does that have a set? No, it doesn't. So we'll just Bluetooth on off. Since I don't, an iPhone, that doesn't do anything. It doesn't actually seem to turn on or off either for that. Okay, so for my eggs, we're going to go, what is it in Celsius? Fire cooked in shell 71°C, so we'll bring this up to 71, I suppose. Take this out. Turn it on, so we got the circulator going. The Bluetooth light is lit. Timer doesn't actually seem to do anything, so I'm sorry. We will let this now get up to 71. It's agitating. It seems to be agitating quite well. Actually, very assertive agitation. Okay, so we're at an hour now at 71°C. Should be hard cooked. Let's pull these guys out. I did notice that the agitation is quite aggressive on that, which I suppose is good for most things. Eggs, a little bit of a challenge. I guess you gotta be careful with it. So we will ice these down and then see how it works out. Okay, these should be hard cooked. See how we did. A little more of a more soft cooked, but not bad. Got the runny white there on the side. Reasonably well set up. It should be sliceable. Yep. Good. Good. Okay, we are back and we've now got 56 and a half degrees for our lamb, about an inch, 134°C, so we're going to go 1 to 4 hours. We'll probably call it 2 hours. Now we vacuum packed. This one is lamb, sage, salt, pepper, and a little thing of butter there. This is lamb, apple, rosemary, and a bit. I did cut the bone and flip it, so we're good. Now I also discovered the timer on this, so we're going to press timer, which I already did. We're going to press and hold timer. There we go. And we're going to run it up to 2 hours. We'll go 2 hours and hit timer again, and it will blink, should blink back and forth between timer and temp. Yeah, there we go. Okay, timer temp. So we got these two. The immersion blender is up to speed and temp, so we're going to go ahead and drop these guys in. There's one, and there's two. You see, it's interesting with two on there, we're getting a good sort of flippy immersion thing, which, you know, should be good. It's not, I did get all the air out of it, but it's, yeah, it's okay. There we go. It's actually spinning it around. As you can see, it's actually spinning the meat around a bit, so it's kind of interesting. Also makes me believe I'm probably going to need a slightly deeper pan. Actually, I think what we'll do is go ahead and increase the water level in this a bit. I'll let the water come up to temperature so we don't, most important thing. Let the water come up to temperature a little bit. So we don't modify it too much. Yeah, that's good. That should work. And it's not up to the max line, so we're good there. Alright. And I'll put this. It should be go, or it came down a little bit, but it'll come back up to 56.5. And we're at hour 58, and we'll check back in 2 hours. Okay, we're about 30 minutes in, yeah, more or less 30 minutes in. I've noticed in this smaller pot is it does circulate the bags. I've got 2 bags in here of lamb. It does circulate them quite a bit, and occasionally they will hang up with the top of the bag, the meat, even though this is sealed with a vacuum sealer, so there's probably not much air in there. They will end up on the top, which is a little concerning with the meat. So probably end up needing a bigger pot for this, a bigger container to circulate in. I'll try to avoid something as large as an aquarium, but probably is another few inches in diameter and an inch or so deep might be required to really do this well. Other than that, half hour in, temperature still holding quite well. Okay, we've now gone through 2 hours with it, with our little, whatever this is, lamb. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Given lamb is lot of liquid in there. Let's see how I stop the timer. I'll just press it. Okay, I'll just press it and it stops the timer. So the lamb, as you can see here, continues to push the bags around. The lamb calls for 1 to 4 hours. It's been 2, so we'll let this go a little further, just because, for another hour, and then we will check the temperature of one of them and make sure we're good, but we should be fine. Okay, now we are a little past 2 hours, coming up almost on 3 hours, so midway between the 2 and the 4. We'll go ahead and fish these guys out. Yeah, looks pretty good. Hard to tell without temping, but we're good. Okay, let's see how those things flip. It's a very strong circulation, actually. Very strong circulation for that. Okay, now that's that. Next up, we're going to be doing a longer run of chicken thighs. Chicken thighs want 71C, so we're going to run this bath up to 71. Here, we're going to watch this go all the way up to 71. We will let that get up to 71 degrees, and then we will put in our chicken and let the chicken run for about probably 7 or 8 hours for the chicken thighs. Couple things so far. That's fine. The little wheel here is actually pretty easy to move. Given you don't really have to mess with it much, that's probably fine. The timer is okay. I gotta hold it down. I've not being an iPhone person, I've not been able to check out the Bluetooth. However, we will get the Bluetooth thing running on Android at a point. But so far we're good. It's certainly agitating the heck out of it. I can turn that off. I think it's still heating, just not agitating. No, I don't think so. It's actually dropping, so gotta leave that on. Plus it agitates the whole water. So we're gonna let that get up to the new temperature for the chicken, which we determined was 71C, actually rather high, 71C, and the chicken will go in overnight. So we'll let that go for a bit, get up to temp, and then come back and drop in our chicken thighs. Okay, we're now at 71 degrees. We have 4 chicken thighs of various, mostly salt and pepper and a couple other things inside. Some are rosemary, some are sage. They have been in the refrigerator, so I'm kind of curious to see how they do. And there's also 4 of them. This is actually a little small for 4, technically, so we will see what we shall see in this. So we'll move them around a little bit. Like that, I suppose. Oops, spilled a little bit. So There we go. We'll see. This one's going to be a probably an 8-hour run at 71 degrees. So we shall see what we shall see. But so far it seems pretty straightforward, quite simple to use. You turn the temperature, set the timer if you want to set the timer. In this case, we're not going to do that. And again, excluding any of the Bluetooth things right now, which I cannot test, it seems to be going quite fine. So that's it, and we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. Okay, since we left off, we have moved from chicken to pork. The pork has been in, well, the timer, I didn't set it, but it's been in roughly about 12 hours, no more than that. It's been in about 15, 16 hours at 56 and a half. So we should be good to go. And this is going to be it for the demo. So there we go. There is pork 1, looks pretty good. And pork 2, get better with those. So there we go. Okay, what have I learned? Let me turn it off. What have I learned about this? A couple of things. I'm still not completely sure of the Bluetooth setting there. The timer I like, but actually I suppose that's going away now. Sadly, I think it was worthwhile, but it's all right. Pretty simple to set. A little bit of concern about the wheel there. It would be nice to be able to turn it on and off, to be able to set it to where it actually makes the changes, or not. I have not had a problem hitting it, but I could certainly see how a big bright blue light there would or may be an issue. A couple things, potentially recommendation on the size of the pot that it goes in. Don't know if that's on the list or the site or not. I will be getting a larger vessel for this, probably something another inch or two tall, and maybe like an oval, like a large turkey pan or something along those lines, to give me a little more volume of water. I think the two pieces of pork here were probably just about it as far as loading of that thing. I have not poked them with a stick to see how the temperature is. I'm sure it's probably fine, given that they've been in that bath now for 10 hours or so. It is nice to be able to set things quickly and easily. I think the wheel is good. I don't really see a big difference with oh, I don't know why the light's turning on and off. I guess the light turns off below temp. I don't understand why the light is sometimes on and sometimes off on the little knob, but whatever. Again, it's fine. All said, it's good. It's pretty intuitive, pretty straightforward to use. No complaints, and glad to be a part of the process.